Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabriel, coming at you straight from Queens, New York, and today we are going to be talking about something that's been on my mind, something that has been brought up in recent conversations that I've had with people on the left, and that is kind of just the whole state of the political tension in the United States, especially when it comes to left versus right. There is this weird idea on the left. It's prominent on the left, but you can also find it on the right. And it was brought to light with recent conversations that I've had with people, in IRL, that a lot of these guys, they think that nationalism is a bad thing, right? It's almost exclusive to Americans, to natively born Americans. They think that they associate nationalism with white supremacists and white nationalists and stuff like that. But what I had a hard time kind of explaining, not even explaining, but just getting them to understand, is that nationalism is not a bad thing, okay? For example, I am Spanish, okay? I'm from the Dominican Republic. I was born in the Dominican Republic, came to this country when I was about 2 years old, thanks to my grandfather, green card, everything. And it was the best thing that ever happened to my life in my life, thanks to my grandfather. He worked his ass off. He came by himself first, and then he worked here for about like 30 years, I think, until he was able to afford his entire family, everybody else's green cards and passports and papers and documents and all that. All right, he literally almost single-handedly brought us. It's freaking amazing. Anyways, what I was getting on is that, right, I'm from the Dominican Republic. In the Dominican Republic, we are very nationalist, right? We are Dominican nationalists. We believe in nationalism. Nationalism, I got the definition here brought up. I'm gonna just read it straight out from just a Google search, just the first thing that pops up. Noun: identification with one's own nation and support for its interest, especially to the exclusion or detriment of the interest of other nations, and advocacy of or support for the political independence of a party of a particular nation or people. We also have nationalism as a political ideology, which is an idea and movement that holds that the nation should be congruent with the state. As a movement, nationalism tends to promote the interests of a particular nation, especially with the aim of gaining and maintaining the nation's sovereignty over its homeland. Okay. Now, everything that I said there, for the most part, is it will be weird to find a Dominican, and I would even argue Latinos in general. It will be weird to find a Latino who is not a nationalist for their own country, right? This is exemplified in Dominican history, especially because, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that the United States offered a kind of territorial deal with the Dominican Republic, something similar to what Puerto Rico has, right? Puerto Rico is considered a United States, it's considered part of the U.S. Puerto Rico uses the U.S. dollar and everything, but the leaders of the Dominican Republic rejected that deal, right? Because we're nationalists. We want our own, right? We want to maintain our own sovereignty. We want independence. We don't want to be under the wing of any other country. And we want to promote ourselves first. So that's kind of like it's common to see that in almost all Latin families and cultures. Like like it's where sayings like "Viva la raza" came from. But it's that "Viva la raza" means long live your people, long live your race, long live your nation. It isn't a bad thing to be a nationalist, right? So I do consider myself a Dominican nationalist, but I also consider myself a United States nationalist, because I live in the United States. I wouldn't want to live in the Dominican Republic. I want to live in the United States. I am raising my family in the United States. I'm married in the United States. I am working in the United States. I'm paying taxes in the United States. You know, the Dominican Republic is like a vacation spot, right? But if I had to pick, I'm gonna pick the country that's better. You know, the United States is better than the Dominican Republic. Like, sorry, but it's true. So yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that I am a nationalist in the United States, of the United States. I want the United States to succeed. I want the United States to be the strongest, most powerful, most influential country on the planet. You know, my children are United States citizens. My wife is a United States citizen. I will be eventually a United States citizen when I stop being lazy and take the damn test. But it's just, it's funny how even in other countries, this notion of being a nationalist for your country is never a bad thing. You know, people. The only place where it's seen as a negative is in the United States. Right? It's so dumbfounding. It's confusing. You know, when you come from a different culture and you come from a different people, and you know how your own people talk about your own country, right? Or I should say about your country of birth. You know how your people talk about country, and then when you talk to other immigrants, right, and you listen to them and how they talk about their country of birth, or how their people, or how they have heard their people talk about their country of birth. It's common to be a nationalist. It's weird not to be. But in the United States, it's actually the exact opposite. And I'm dumbfounded by that. That people in the United States think that it's somehow a bad thing to be a nationalist. It's not a bad thing. It makes sense because you live there. You were born there. Your family lives there. Why would you want the country that you live, the country that you pay taxes in, the country that your family is being raised in, to do worse? That makes no sense. That's like wishing that that's like you taking a cruise and every single day you're wishing that the ship hits an iceberg and sinks. That don't make no sense. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to say on nationalism and being a nationalist. Yeah, people, don't let anybody shame you or make you feel bad for being a nationalist, especially of the United States. The United States is the best country in the world. There is no country better than the United States to live in, to work in, to make a family in, to grow in. That is an opinion, right? But I hold it to be true, and I'm not even from here originally, you know. So. But yeah, that's what I gotta say, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.